name is Gigi Butler, and people call me Gigi.
True American success story.
I'm the founder of Gigi's Cupcakes. So I just wanted to tell you a little story about my life, my journey, and how ordinary people can do extraordinary things through God. My dad had such an entrepreneurial spirit. It was nothing for him to come home and say, hey, we have a farm, let's do a potbelly pig business. He didn't succeed at everything, but what it taught me was he was never afraid to fail. He just went for it. So I learned at a very early age to just go for it. God has blessed me with tenacity. I loved Wonder Woman, so I'm like, that's not my spirit, that's my Wonder Woman inside. And everyone made fun of me. But what really happened was I started to develop a very tough skin, and tenacity won out as it always has in my life. At 15, I opened my first cleaning business. I didn't want to work for anyone else, but I wanted something of my own. At 18, I started a band. I toured all across the country. I dropped out of school, took my second semester college money, and moved to Nashville. So here's where I pause. Don't do that. Go to college, go to college, go to college. Don't go to the school of hard knocks like I did. It's extremely tough. Go to a good college. Dropped out of school, moved to Nashville, had $500 to my name, knew no one, didn't have a place to live. So here I was singing down at Broadway, Tootsie's, the stage, and then I would clean during the day. Then I got to about the age of 32, and I was like, this is not gonna work. I've been here almost 12 years at the time, and I just knew that it was time to stop, and I felt like a total failure, and I hit my low point. And I was a broken down country singer with no job, no college education, no future, and no career. And every time I felt low, I would pop in a CD and I would learn how to be a better business person. I was an avid reader, and I would just open up a book and learn how to negotiate, learn what a franchise is, learn anything I could get my hands on, I would learn. And I would learn how to better myself. And then my attitude started changing. If I was gonna be a house cleaner, then I was gonna be the best cleaner I could be. I started feeling more stable. I paid off all my bills. I had excellent credit. I also bought a little house, and I was finally content. I'm comfortable in my own skin. Then my brother went to New York City and stood in line at a cupcake shop for 2 hours, and he called me. He's like, you've got to open a cupcake shop in Nashville. You love to bake. My family's always with avid bakers. You should do this. And I'm like, what? And I remember I was in a little bathroom at the time cleaning for a lady, and I looked in the mirror. I had my cleaning gloves on, and I'm like, wait, why not? Why not go for it? I've never been afraid to fail, and I'm always willing to step out on faith, and I know God will get me, no matter what. So in September 2007, I proudly strolled into my bank because I'd been in business almost 20 years at the time, and I had excellent credit, I had a little house, and I was gonna get my first business loan. And they proudly turned me down. So I took myself to the next bank, and the next bank, and the next bank. None of them would give me money. So I took $100,000 cash advances on my credit cards. Now, I don't recommend it, don't do that, please don't do it, but it was my only option. With the build out going on, I told all my cleaning clients, because I cleaned for Taylor Swift, I cleaned for Leanne Rimes, I've cleaned for tons of music producers, so I told everybody, I'm gonna start a cupcake shop, and they're like, bless her heart, let's order some cupcakes at night. It was February 20th, 2008, and I had cleaned 3 houses to pay for the plumber who was waiting at my store. And I'm like, don't cash this check, I don't have any money, I had $33 left to my name. And he's like, okay. I said, cash it Monday. I only had $33, but my dream was about ready to become a reality. I was so close. I couldn't believe I'd gotten this far. Then my contractor came in with a $15,000 drywall bill he had forgotten, and I literally melted on the floor and had a breakdown. I went home that night, I was gonna give up. That was it. I was done. The only thing that got me out of bed that morning was God and tenacity. So I got up, I put my little cupcake apron on that my mom had made me, and I opened my doors. Soon lines formed and we were in business. By the end of 2009, we had 12 stores, which I did not quit my day job until I had 13 stores open. By 2010, we had 35 stores. And now today, we have over 100 stores, and we've just expanded globally in South Korea. I also had the honor of being on Undercover Boss. It was an amazing experience, and it taught me so much how to be consistent with my brand. We have sold over 40 million cupcakes. 40 million cupcakes. That's a line of cupcakes, if you lined them up side by side, that would start in New York City and end in Los Angeles, California. People always ask me, what's next for Gigi? And I could honestly tell you there's so many things going on, that's another speech, but that's not what's important. What's important is having goals, setting goals for yourself and moving towards them in a positive way. Striving to win no longer becomes a hurdle. It just becomes a way of life. But it's just cupcakes. It's not rocket science. I don't have elite culinary training, but what I do have is passion and belief in myself to create something and go for it. And if there is anything, any ingredients I could leave for you, 4 steps of success, this is what they would be. Don't be afraid to fail and step out on faith. Work hard. Respect the power of hard work. Be thankful and count your blessings. Always give, because the universe has an amazing way of giving back to you. And if I can say one thing to you today, one thing, if you please listen to one thing I'm saying, take anything away. Don't be afraid of failure, but it's what you do with fear that will define you and define your future.